Hi again. So what have I been up to today? Yeah, I've been out painting the railings. Oh, it's a bit bright anyway. There's no point in trying to wash it off. If I get a chance, I'll get on it tomorrow. I've probably only got about a third of it done, but it's been a bit of a challenge because where the hedge has grown, it's grown in and out of the railings. And so today it's been a bit difficult. I'm having to go from one side to the other and then poke the brush through. But hopefully the rest of the railings will be easier to do, easier to paint. Anyway, we'll see. And also I've got my hair up in this silly bun because otherwise my hair, it's been a bit windy and my hair's been blowing all over the place. So I've ended up with half of my hair still wrapped around the post of the railing. So what have I got for you today? Well, I'm not too sure whether this is a Hebrew word, because it sounds quite Greek to me. So don't take it as if I'm pronouncing something that's Hebrew. All I know is that it means the only wise God. It's Theos, Monos, Sophos. See, it doesn't sound Hebrew, does it? But that means the only wise God. And I'm going into Romans, I'm going into the New Testament this time, Romans 16:27. And that says, the only wise God be glory through Jesus Christ, amen. Short and sweet. And that's talking about wisdom, okay? Now, did you know, or possibly you do know, that it's easy to be a foolish genius. What do I mean by that? Well, we can have a lot of head knowledge, but we might not be wise in using it. You see, this biblical wisdom, which I'm talking about here, is a skill of living. And it's an insight in how to put knowledge into practice, not just a head thing, acquiring the facts. It involves your heart as well. And implementing it into that current situation that it might be that you need that wisdom in. So, how do we acquire this living skill, this biblical wisdom? Well, it takes just two ingredients, believe it or not: fear and God. So let's talk about God first. Well, He's the source of all true eternal wisdom. You only have to look at the book of Proverbs, and there's lots of insight there. There's lots of things to get your teeth into. I recommend you read it. And this makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Because God is the only wise one here. He has far more knowledge than we ever could achieve. He is an incomprehensible God. So it seems sensible to make that presumption, doesn't it? Because it's true anyway. And earthly wisdom always leads to selfishness and conflict, whereas God's wisdom, on the other hand, leads to peace. So I know which wisdom I want. So then, and what about the other element? Well, the other element is fear, or we could say reverence. Now, if you get a reverent person, they aren't arrogant, all know-it-alls. They are open to input, and they open to suggestion, and they welcome that extra knowledge in helping other people and helping themselves to understand what's going on. So I hope that's been an encouragement. Short and sweet today. So do you want to be wise? Do you want godly wisdom, or do you want earthly wisdom? I'm going to choose godly wisdom. That's going to make me wise rather than a foolish genius. Amen? Okay, I'll catch you tomorrow.